Hi guys, Melissa here today, and I am going to give you an update on how my guitar club is coming along and how I'm using my guitar repair skills to give back to kids in my community. As you may already know, earlier this year I was able to participate in a Sharpen My Axe video with Phil McKnight. I will leave the link to that video in the description below. If you haven't seen it, the idea is that Phil taught me how to fix my own guitar by replacing and upgrading parts, and so I took those skills that he taught me and I started fixing up some more guitars other than my own, some other junker guitars that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace or that other people had given to me. So with the guitars that I started working on, I thought it would be a good idea to maybe offer a kids club after school program at my local elementary school. So for the past about 6 months or so, I had been working on collecting various electric and acoustic guitars that were in not so good shape and fixing them back up so that the kids could use them and take them home for absolutely free. The idea being that the club would be no cost to the parents or kids. Everything would be provided for them. So the first thing I want to show you is my collection of guitars that I've been accumulating over the past few months. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll give you a brief overview of what I've gotten so far. My first guitar that I acquired for the guitar club is a Peavey Raptor. This one was from Facebook Marketplace. It was free, and it was probably the worst condition guitar that I've gotten so far. Lots of issues, needed lots of work on the frets. The neck is a little twisted. I've done my best to set it up so that it's playable. It got some new plastic parts, and it's been cleaned up and is ready for a kid to use. It is a full-size guitar, so it's going to have to be for a larger kid. Maybe some of my size are a little bit bigger. Next, have a Yamaha Pacifica in this beautiful blue. I'm not sure if you can really see, but it's sort of a metallic. This guitar was also from Facebook Marketplace. It was $20. Pretty dirty. Needed a lot of cleaning. It didn't have an output jack. Had to replace that. But everything else was okay once it was cleaned. I absolutely love the neck on this guitar, and if it was left-handed, I'd probably keep it for myself. You'll notice this guitar does not have any strings. That's because when I started working on these guitars, I was finishing them completely, setting them up, putting the strings on it and everything, and then I realized that, school doesn't start until September, so if I put strings on it now, 6 months from now, I'm going to have to replace the strings all over again. So to save myself some money and a little bit of effort, I decided to wait until next week, which will be first week of September, to go ahead and do the final stringing and setup on all these guitars. Right, next, I have a Fender Starcaster Mini. Starcaster is sort of like the Costco or BJ's Squire, I guess. This is a 3/4 size guitar. Just has the one humbucker there. This guitar was $50. Not in terrible shape. It was covered in stickers because it was owned by a kid, so we did have to clean that up and polish that up nice, but it turned out well. So my next guitar here is this almost brand new Harley Benton Les Paul style guitar. This guitar was given to me by a very, very kind stranger, somebody that I don't really know very well, but have come to know through the beauty of social media, and his name is Dave. You might know him through his YouTube channel, Cheddar Kung Pal. If not, you should definitely go check it out. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description below. He sent this guitar halfway across the country to me for absolutely no cost to myself. It came in a nice hard shell case, brand new, barely used. He wanted to see it go to good use, and some kid is going to be very, very happy when they get this guitar. I know it. I'm excited to have it as part of the collection. This guitar, of course, was in beautiful shape. I didn't really have to do too much to it other than get rid of the fret sprout. For some reason, this fretboard had some terrible, terrible fret sprout, so I had to do a lot of filing and polishing there. But other than that, beautiful guitar. All right, next up on the list is this Ibanez Geo Micro. This is a 3/4 size kid's guitar. I purchased this for $50. It was in pretty good shape. It was dusty. The pots were a little scratchy and the output jack as well, so that was replaced. Cleaning these with some deoxit did wonders, and of course giving it a bath and cleaning it up, it's like brand new now. You can see this one does have strings on it. That's because my daughter was interested in playing this one. She wanted to try it out. So the next guitar I have here is, a First Act guitar. And now I know, it's one of those Target, Walmart guitars that you would never think of buying if you're really into gear, because it's not a professional instrument and whatnot. However, I have to tell you that a friend of mine went out of her way to get this for me for absolutely free. So I appreciate that very much. And I said, well, you know, it might not be one of the high-end brands, but I'm going to see what I can do to make it work. And surprisingly, it's really not too terrible. Not as terrible as what I thought. Now, the output jack, I replaced that. It was definitely garbage. I'm going to be replacing the nut as well, which is just plastic. But overall, the body was clean. Now, some of the fit and finish, of course, you can tell that it's not a high-end guitar, obviously. But the neck was straight. There were no high frets and absolutely no fret sprout, which I thought was pretty amazing for an inexpensive guitar. And all the electronics worked, so I was excited about that. All right, guys, the last electric guitar in my collection here is this Kramer Focus. This one I actually just picked up a couple of days ago. I haven't even cleaned it yet. It's still pretty dusty and a little filthy. Still has strings on it. Definitely out of tune. Somebody has not picked this up in a while. But again, another freebie. A friend of mine heard about this one. Somebody was moving. They wanted to get rid of stuff, clean out the basement, whatever, giving it away for free. She says, I'm not sure if you have enough guitars already. And we all know the answer to that is absolutely not. We never have enough guitars. So of course I'll take it. Free? Who's going to say no to that? So it's kind of a cool guitar. I like the little custom American flag pick guard. It's got this little custom knob on here, this little shotgun shell. So we're going to take this apart, clean it, and check it out probably later on today. But this is the last of the electric guitars. So now I'm going to move on and show you what I've accumulated as far as acoustics. Okay guys, here we go with the acoustics. In case you didn't notice from the last clip, I actually had to remove all the electrics to put all the acoustics out, because even though I bought a rack that holds 10 guitars, I have actually run out of space and I need to buy a second rack. So some of these guitars are sitting in the case while some are out on the racks. Anyway, here we go. First acoustic guitar. This guitar is a Yamaha FG76. This guitar was given to me by the co-worker of a lady that I go to church with. Somebody that I don't even know. Again, kindness of strangers just overwhelming in this whole project. Absolutely wonderful. She had this guitar sitting around, wasn't using it anymore. Said, you know what? Sounds like you are starting an awesome little program. Why don't you go ahead and take this for free? It is a vintage guitar. that was in beautiful shape. I didn't know much about it. Did a little searching online, and from what I can gather, this guitar is about 40 years old, and it's beautiful. I love it. Again, bigger acoustic guitar, so probably going to need a larger 10-year-old to take this one home and practice on it. Okay guys, next up we have this Mitchell guitar, which I believe is like the Guitar Center store brand. It is a smaller junior size guitar, 3/4 size guitar. This one was given to me by a family member for free. It was absolutely beautiful shape, well taken care of. I did not have to really do anything to this guitar at all. So that's this one here. Okay, next is also 3/4 size acoustic guitar that I got from Facebook Marketplace. This guitar was $10, and it came with one of those black tube guitar stands that was in good shape. So I thought, stand and the guitar, $10, couldn't pass that up, right? Now, I know this is not a major brand guitar, it's a Spectrum guitar, which if you check on Amazon, retails for about $70 or so. Again, one of those, beginner grade type instruments, not the greatest, but it was in good shape. I need to adjust the action a little bit on this one. I'm going to do that when I go to set all of these up. But overall, it was in nice shape. And for $10 with the guitar stand, I couldn't pass it up. Okay, next, it's another Spectrum guitar, which is the only duplicate guitar I have. All the other guitars are unique, but this is another Spectrum brand guitar. Again, one of those off-brand Amazon $70 jobs. I paid $15 for this guitar. It was in okay shape. It definitely needed some cleaning. It has a few marks on it. The tuning keys, they were missing 2 of them when I bought it, so I did go out and buy some replacement tuners, but I found some at a local music shop, Lynx Music in Hanover, Pennsylvania, which is only about an hour from where I'm at. They were fantastic. If you live in that area, highly recommend Lynx Music in Hanover. The customer service there was fantastic, and the guy that helped me out got me an exact replacement that just dropped right into this headstock. I didn't have to do any extra drilling or anything. Everything lined up. It was perfect, and that cost me, I think, like $15, so maybe $30 total for this guitar. Again, not a bad deal, especially when I have been blessed with so many other free guitars. Okay, next is a guitar that was given to me by a coworker for free. This guitar was used by her as a child, so it's probably vintage. It doesn't have any name brand on it at all, and it was in a little rough shape, especially cosmetically, so I wasn't sure if I would be able to use it for the guitar club, but I decided to have a little fun with this one to make it look amazing for one of the kids. I took the old finish off and repainted this guitar, and I hand painted I don't know if that's going to focus or not, but it is a Maryland blue crab at the bottom there because I'm in Maryland, so this is a Maryland guitar. But anyway, I have yet to set this up and really give the fretboard a good look at and cleaning. But once I have to put another clear coat on the top of this guitar, I'm going to set it up in probably the next week or 2 and find out if it's something that we're going to be able to use. And if not, it's going to be a beautiful wall hanger, so you can't go wrong. My next acoustic is this half-size little junior guitar. It is a Dean Playmate guitar, which, interesting story, Facebook Marketplace find for this one. I was looking online like I always do for inexpensive guitars for the guitar club, and I came across somebody selling an acoustic Ibanez for $40. Looked like it was in good shape, and I inquired about it. And I asked if it was a kid-size guitar because I wanted to make sure I had a good variety of full-size and junior-size instruments. So at the time I was looking for some smaller guitars to add to the collection, and the guy selling it messaged me back and said, no, the Ibanez was full size. And I said, okay, well, thank you anyway. I was really looking for a kid-sized guitar. But the conversation didn't end there. He actually messaged me back and said, I do have this little guitar, this one right here, that I'll just give you for free. You can just have it because I'm not using it anymore. And if you're going to use it for a kids club, yeah, go right ahead and take it. And also, by the way, not only can you have this, I have a brand new set of strings I'll throw in there that's, unopened package. And I also have this little Fender practice amp. And if you can use it, you can have it for free. Just, take it as a donation. And I was so grateful and amazed by this. But yeah, I went and picked it up and everything was there. The little amp works. The clean channel is great. The distorted channel is it's okay, but that's all right. It's still going to serve a good purpose in helping these kids learn how to play. So I'm very thankful for that. Again, $0 for both of those. The last guitar that I have is this 3/4 size acoustic guitar that is made by First Act. I know it's another one of those Target, Walmart guitars. This one was free, so of course I couldn't say no. A friend of mine, heard about this and said, you want it? Of course, I'll take it and take a look at it. The First Act electric guitar really wasn't all that bad. The acoustic one, however, really seems like it may be more of a toy type instrument, a toy grade instrument. There's a lot of plastic parts on here. Fit and finish is not all that great. I did clean it up and I'm hanging on to it. Sort of, I guess, maybe as a backup for now. I'm not sure once I restring it how much I'll be able to do to make it playable. Hopefully I will. Maybe do a few upgrades on it and get it ready for a child to use. But this particular guitar does not even have a truss rod to adjust the neck. So you can definitely tell it is, more of an inexpensive or toy type instrument. So we'll see. So those are the instruments that I have been accumulating. Now I'll have to tell you a little bit about the accessories. As I've been looking for the free or inexpensive guitars, some of them have come with straps. Some of them have come with cases, some extra strings, some picks, but then again, some have not. So in case you lost count, I have a total of 14 instruments, 7 electric and 7 acoustic that I'm going to be using for the after school program. But as of right now, only about half of them have straps. And you'll notice out of the 7 electric guitars, I only have a couple of amplifiers to use. I have a larger amplifier that is my own personal amp that I can plug 2 guitars into, and I have the small little Fender practice amp that I was given that I can plug another one into. So out of the 7, only 3 are going to be able to be plugged in at this point. So my focus the next week or 2 is going to be trying to figure out how I am going to acquire some more amplifiers, whether it be to get some on loan or maybe purchase some that aren't too expensive that I can leave at the school for the kids to use. The straps, the picks are, less expensive items, which, I don't really mind purchasing. They have some good deals going on right now at Sweetwater. I actually got a couple of straps used at Link's Music Shop in Hanover, Pennsylvania, the one I told you about earlier that had the guitar tuner, so that was a blessing. But really the accessories is what I need to focus on now. I'm hoping to visit a couple of local stores to see if I can either get some really good discounts, hopefully, or maybe even some donations to the club that they wouldn't mind sending my way for the kids to use. Again, the goal here is to have everything be absolutely free for the kids and not have to have them worry about whether or not mom or dad's going to pay for a rental or pay for accessories. So while I've been working on collecting instruments and accessories over the past 6 months, I've also been working on putting together a program for the Guitar Explorers Club. It's going to run about 12 weeks. It may end up being 10 or 11 weeks depending on days off of school and, early dismissals and all that stuff. But it's going to run basically the first half of the school year. I put together a curriculum for about a 12-week course, and also put together binders for each one of the kids. You can see it has a blank coloring page on the front here of the guitar. That's going to be the kids' first project, is to color this and make this front cover their own, depending on if they have an electric or acoustic. I have a print for each one of those. And inside are some of the worksheets that I've been working on, things that we're going to cover, starting at the very, very basics. This is for children that have never played a guitar before, maybe never even played an instrument before. They're going to learn the parts of the guitar, the names of the strings. Not sure if this is going to show up because of the glare. Holding a pick, plucking versus strumming, music notes and staff, reading a chord diagram. Then, of course, we're going to move into learning the notes on the strings and some simple songs, and also some simple chords, with our goal being, of course, at the end of the course to be able to play a couple of simple songs and maybe put on our first performance for the parents and other teachers that might want to come and watch us at the end of the year. So, with that being said, I am very excited to get started, and I'm hoping that I have a good turnout, a good response of children that want to participate. I have been very blessed already with everything that's come in. I just want to say thank you to all those strangers that I don't know, and of course give praise to the Lord for answering prayer and giving me all these instruments. I'd only planned on setting a goal of 10 guitars, have 10 students, and right now I have 14 and counting, so I am very thankful for that. If anybody out there has any connections with anyone who might want to give to the club as far as accessories, picks, straps, amps, anything like that, or maybe even let the kids borrow them for a few months at school to use, please let me know. You can send me a direct message or an email. Thanks for watching, and hope to give you another update soon.